My full name is Pedro Miguel Cabrera Jr. I go to school at Florida International University. My major is business. I eventually want to own my own business. Right now, my mom has her own accounting business that she runs, and then when I graduate, I'll take over. When she's old and can't anymore, then I'll take over. SOS Venezuela was basically a protest that happened in a bunch of places, a bunch of cities in Venezuela, where the college students or a lot of people were protesting for equality, to have freedom of speech, for jobs, for good education, for food, for democracy, basically, for human rights. When Chavez came into power, that's when everything went downhill in Venezuela, and it just kept going worse, and right now it still is getting worse. It's not getting any better. Chavez is a dictator. That's what he was. All the votes, everything in the elections, they were all rigged. Like he used the army, the military, to back him up. No one's going to stand against them. Nicolas Maduro. He is the current president, basically following the footsteps of Chavez. He's trying to brainwash everyone. All his power comes from the people that aren't in school, that haven't been to school. So you brainwash them, you give them money, so they support you. While the people who are in school, who've got their degrees, they know what the government is doing. They know that this country isn't getting better. Explain to me how a bus driver became president over the guy who graduated from a university, got his degree, knows stuff about the economy, wants to fix the country, and wants to help the people. How does that happen?
And who was the other guy?
Capriles. Yeah. We all know Capriles won. We know he won. But, of course, with the military involved, they control the polls and everything, so... And just imagine a country falling apart. They're basically tearing themselves apart. They're making the lives of people impossible.
They being the government?
The government, yeah. It's impossible for my family, for me specifically, to go to Venezuela, and for people in Venezuela to get out. Right now, I think it's at least $800 a person for a plane ticket. Just Jesus. A plane ticket, just $800 to come here. Basically, it'd be $800 a plane per person just to come to Florida. So so it's hard. It's gonna be a while before I even see my family again. Nope. The police don't do anything. The laws in Venezuela aren't enforced like they are here. If anything, the police also commit the crimes too. There have been a ton of cases like that.
Just corruption all around.
It's just corruption. 100% corruption everywhere in Venezuela. It's like, if we put ourselves in Venezuela's situation, could you imagine our country, the United States, just like Venezuela, falling apart like that? With us having a lot more people, the scarcity of food, jobless, corruption in the government, everywhere, in the police force. Could you imagine if laws weren't enforced here in the United States? You just step outside, and as soon as you step outside, your life is at risk. Living in fear for your life and for the lives of your family. No, but there's hope. I mean, there always will be hope, and no matter what situation we're in, anything you're going through, whatever I go through, there's always hope. I don't know, but the only thing we can do now is just hope and pray for the best.